Well, this is the plan I drew out for my Stranger Things portal. First, I needed some wood, and unfortunately, in 2021, after this pandemic, wood prices have skyrocketed. So we got our wood at our local lumber store and some other pieces to frame it up. We decided to use some glue and some staples, and we let it sit in the garage. And once we built a frame on it, we ended up taking it and flipping it over, and then we we drew out the portal pretty fast, and then just cut it out. And then we had the opening where I was going to put some fabric in it, like this, as I'm testing out with a little projection light. This is the fire and ice projection light. I think you can get it at Spirit Halloween. Later on, after I built this, I actually changed that light. I didn't build my portal thick enough for that light, so I ended up getting a smaller one, and I'll add a picture of that right now. Got it off Amazon, and you're gonna have to see it at the end when I'm totally done with the haunt. I cut out this so we can have a place to put the wires through as that's set against the wall. And right here, before I painted it all black, I used black caulking around the whole edge because I did have some thick gaps. This wood, even though expensive, was very cheap and warped, which made a very big problem for us. And that's that little notch. The next thing I needed to do was paint it, and I want it to match my house. And this is old house paint, as you could tell. It was so gross. So we needed to mix it up. Oh man, that was so nasty. I remember. Speed this up here. There I am. Hello. Almost lost my braid there. Mixed up the house paint, and then I went ahead and just painted all of that the way you see it now. After that, I used spray foam to make my tendrils on the outside. Went ahead and sprayed along the whole thing. If I was thinking better, I would have bought black spray foam, and I'll talk about that later. This part was actually pretty fun. I was really pleased on how it turned out. If I could put spray foam on the outside of my house, that would be awesome, but that would probably be a huge problem. That's what it looked like when it was all done with the spray foam. The next step was we're putting some little hooks, or I don't know what these things are called, those things, on the top, and I'm gonna put some nails into the porch area of my house where I'm gonna hang this up like a giant picture frame, and it helped to use the proper tools. My son decided to take a couple pictures of me. I had this idea of using the PVC pipes as kind of like a curtain rod. I have these sheer curtains that I planned on using. And I was gonna use these clips to clip it on there. They're cheap curtains I've had laying around, and I was trying to reduce, reuse, and not spend a lot of money. So as I'm building and I make things and I cut things, I realized I could have done something different and it would have been easier. I don't know if that happens to you. I'm kind of upset because I had these PVC pipes were cut exactly for my windows, and I said, oh, I'll just reuse them for this portal. And then I realized I didn't need to do that. When I could have just staple gun the fabric, I gotta stand in the shade, to the dang portal. I'll show you. So we put the brackets on here because I didn't want to mess up this. I use these in my windows, but then I realized I had to staple gun it anyway to the side, so why didn't I just staple gun it around the entire thing? And so I might go ahead, and this pole now blocks my projection light. So I'm just gonna take this bottom one out and just staple gun it to the sides. I'm just a little bummed. And this thin Luan is so thin, the screws just go right through it and staple. So that's another, well, maybe I do, I don't know. Does this ever happen to you guys? When it's 100 degrees and you just want to get a project done? Well, back to the drawing board. I'm definitely gonna do something different here. I gotta take this pole out.
because this is going to block my projection light. All right, I pulled out the PVC pipe, and now I'm just going to really tightly staple gun this to the side here. Facing a staple gun towards your stomach isn't a good idea, but it works. Unfortunately, my projection light is gonna lift it up like that much off the wall, which I'm not happy about. But at least now, with some plumber's tape, gosh, this wood is so thick. Maybe some Velcro. I might have to use Velcro because the plumber's tape and the screws go straight through this luan. I can't believe how much I spent on this. This is ridiculous. I mean, the wood. Everything else is stuff I've had laying around, but the wood is just ridiculous. I cannot spend any more money on wood. It's like if I put a staple through it right here, it's gonna go right through. So I'll probably just use hot glue for the bottom part. One might think, Christy, why didn't you paint that before you put the white fabric in there? Problem after problem. Mainly just my stupidity. Going too fast, I guess. I still have time. It's July. Well, I'm gonna paint it anyway. I'm just gonna slide some cardboard in there. But would have saved time if I had black spray foam, or maybe not put the fabric on right away.
So here I am painting the tendrils. Just used house paint, black. And like I said, it made it really hard. I wish I bought black spray foam, but oh well. You know, I was using what I had laying around the house. So all those little spots underneath needed to be painted, and either I used a paintbrush or I used my airbrush. And the airbrush I used because it was just a lot faster and easier, and I could add some more details.
The portal of many mistakes is what I call it. But yeah, with the proper lighting, and I painted this the same color as my house, so hopefully it will blend in. And then the tendrils will actually continue off and then kind of go up on my patio on the ceiling. There's going to be more that come down and onto the ground like this. So this is just the part I'm going to hang up. I put little eye hooks at the top, and so that's going to hook on 2 nails on the wall like a giant picture frame, and it's not going to be that far off the ground. That way the tendrils can like continue. Like, it's just going to look cool, I think, with it 3D. Of course, if you want to see the finished product, you're going to have to watch the finished video after Halloween of the complete Stranger Things haunt. But we'll give it a test tonight, see what it looks like.
So here is my test, and unfortunately it is a bad test. I didn't have all the proper lighting out that I wanted to use, and I forgot to turn the audio on the video, so here I am voiceovering this. Yeah, needs more light, it needs better projections. That's why I'm buying those really small ones off Amazon. I'll put the link in the description. And it will be hanging on the front porch, not like this. If you want to see the complete finished project, you're going to have to watch the video after Halloween when I filmed the whole haunt. Watch that video then.